Good morning, guys. Happy to be with you. No, happy you are with me. And in fact, it's a holiday today in Belgium. Well, not really a holiday. It's like a commemoration day of, I think, well, the First World War, sorry. It's the 11th of November. I don't know if you are off today in Belgium. We're off. We're thinking of all the people who fought for us in the wars. I think not only the First War, but also all the other wars. But I'm taking the time to read with you. But after that, I'm going to have breakfast with one of my best friends. So we're going to read 2 pages today. I stood up. I went up a little bit late because it's a holiday. Sorry. But the good news is that we're still 31 reading. I think I just checked. Yes, 31 people reading. So remember that last page we were talking about. So it's a discussion between Javert and Mr. Madeleine, the mayor and then the police officer. And he says that he thought that Mr. Madeleine was Jean Valjean. Maybe he is. But so he's not sure about that. And he said, well, he took information about this Jean Valjean, who has been guilty of theft and also theft sur un petit Savoyard. And well, that's something you have to know. Un petit Savoyard, so these are small kids from that region. Le Savoie is a region in France. And they were known, or at a certain moment, they had to, they were chimney sweepers. So he has even stolen money from one of those poor children. Was it money? Was it something else? Was it an apple? I don't remember. But so just that Javert is saying that this man, he's awful, this Jean Valjean, because he even steals from poor kids. Then, so now there we go. Depuis 8 ans, il s'était dérobé. On ne sait comment, et on le cherchait. Yes, so Javert is really explaining why he thought that this Mr. Madeleine was Jean Valjean. So he said, since 8 years, il s'était dérobé, but dérobé means like to escape from justice, to hide from justice. So he had disappeared, probably because he did not want to be sentenced. On ne sait comment. We don't know how. And remember, the on in French can mean a lot of things. Can be we, can be they, can be one, can be you. So we don't know how, and on le cherchait, and they were searching him. So they tried to find him. Moi, je m'étais figuré, I had imagined, so se figurer is to imagine. Enfin, j'ai fait cette chose. Well, I have done this thing. And which thing did he do? We're going to learn it, and we know already. La colère m'a décidé. Je vous ai dénoncé à la préfecture. So my anger, ma colère, la colère, my anger has, well, décidé, decided, but maybe determined my action. I have reported you at the préfecture is like headquarters of the police. So Javert reported Mr. Madeleine, saying that he was the previous Jean Valjean. Monsieur Madeleine, qui avait ressaisi le dossier depuis quelques instants, reprit avec un accent de parfaite indifférence. So Mr. Madeleine, who had taken up the file again, and the again is the re in the verb, since a few moments, repris, spoke again, repris, comes from reprendre. Yes, there are a lot of synonyms for the word speaking again. So he spoke again with an accent of perfect indifference. He doesn't show anything, and I think we know why. So he does as if this is very normal information. Et que vous a-t-on répondu? And what So, have they, répondu, answered to you? Que j'étais fou, that I was crazy. Eh bien, so this is Mr. Madeleine who says, well, eh bien, on avait raison. Well, they were right. So, meaning the police headquarters were right to think that Javert was really crazy, to think that Mr. Madeleine was previously Jean Valjean. And so Jean Valjean, he said, oh, sorry, Mr. Madeleine says, c'est heureux que vous le reconnaissiez. It's heureux, happy, or luckily, it's a bit like luckily that you recognize it, and that you admit that you were wrong. Il faut bien, puisque le véritable Jean Valjean est trouvé. Well, this verb, il faut, we have seen that a lot of times it means it's necessary. So he says, well, it is well necessary that he recognizes, that he admits that he's crazy, because the real Jean Valjean has been found. La feuille que tenait M. Madeleine lui échappa des mains, et il leva la tête, regarda fixement Javert, et dit avec un accent inexprimable, « Ah !» So, la feuille, the sheet of paper that was holding Mr. Madeleine, escaped him from the hands, so slipped from his hands. Of course, when he hears that, when he hears the real the real Jean Valjean has been arrested, he lifted his head, looked fixement, means straight in the eyes, Javert, and said with a inexpressible accent, we cannot say how it sounded, but he said, ah. Of course he's surprised. We know why. Javert poursuivit. So Javert, he went on, he continued. Voilà ce que c'est, monsieur le maire. So here is what it is, Mr. Mayor. So he's going now to explain. He says, voilà. Voilà, we have voici, voilà. Those words we use a lot in French, and here voilà means, well, there it is. So he's going to explain what happened. Il paraît qu'il y avait dans le pays du côté d'Ailly-le-Haut-Clocher une espèce de bonhomme qu'on appelait le père Champmathieu. So, il paraît, it seems that there was in the country, well, pays, it's not only country, it also means like a region or an area. Du côté means not far from or in the area of. Ailly-le-Haut-Clocher, it's an area in France. A kind of a man, a small man, bonhomme, some kind of a man. That one called Father Champmathieu. And you know now that, well, older man, instead of saying sir or Mr., they rather said père, father, Father Champmathieu. C'était très misérable. It was very miserable. Now, I think it means he was very miserable. But since he was miserable, I think in French you can show that by using it instead of he. So that's really not like Javert is not paying much of, he's not giving him much credit, or he really looks down on him. That's why he's using it, or the writer is using it. It was, but rather he was very miserable. On n'y faisait pas attention. They did not pay attention to that. Meaning, here he means to that, meaning to him. Ces gens-là, here you have it. Ces gens-là, on ne sait pas de quoi cela vit. So those people, and how do you know it's those people and not these people, is because you put la at the end. If you put si at the end, then it means these people. If you put la, it's those people. We know and we don't know of what it lives. You see, it, not they or he, but those people, one does not know of what it lives. Dernièrement, cet automne, le père Champmathieu a été arrêté pour un vol de pommes à cidre commis chez... So, lately, this autumn, this fall, Mr. or Father Champmathieu has been arrested for a theft of apples of cider apples. So it really says apples to make cider. Hein? À cidre. À means intended to. Hein? So cider apples. Committed at, enfin n'importe. Well, whatever. She's not going to specify. He said, okay. He has been arrested for theft of apples. Il y a eu vol, mur escaladé, branche de l'arbre cassé. So, there has been theft, climbing a wall. So, he climbed, to do that, he climbed the wall, and branches of the tree broken. So, that happened. So, this man, Champmathieu, climbed over a wall, broke some branches of the tree, and then, stole the apples. On a arrêté mon Champmathieu. So, they have arrested my... Why does he say my Champmathieu? Because he means the one I'm talking about. Hein? So he says my Champmathieu. Il avait encore la branche de pommier à la main. He still had the branch of the apple tree in his hand. On coffre le drôle. Coffrer, it's really like lock up, hein? Put him in prison. Coffret, yes, it means like you put in like like in a small space. So they lock up the funny guy. Le drôle, it's the funny guy. Jusqu'ici, ce n'est pas beaucoup plus qu'une affaire correctionnelle. So until here, it isn't much more than a correctional affair, which is in English like a police matter. Affaire could be matter, hein? A business, a matter. Correctionnel, meaning it only concerns the police, not like court. Mais voici qui est de la providence. But look here, which is providence. Incredible. Providence meaning here like things, really things happening by accident. You will see. La geôle étant en mauvais état, monsieur le juge d'instruction, trouve à propos de faire transférer Champmathieu à Arras, où est la prison départementale. So, the prison, yes, this is another word for prison, being in bad state, in bad condition, Mr. the judge of instruction, means the judge, finds à propos, and à propos here meaning he finds it relevant to have transferred Champmathieu to Arras. So this judge says Champmathieu has to be transferred to Arras. Where is the department prison? And you probably know that in France, we have different departments. Huh? It's all big areas in France. In Belgium, we would call it provinces, the province, but in France, it's a department. So to the department prison. Dans cette prison d'Arras, il y a un ancien forçat nommé Brevet qui est détenu pour je ne sais quoi et qu'on a fait guichetier de chambrée parce qu'il se conduit bien. So, it's almost the end of the first page. So hang on. So in this prison of Arras, there is an old galley slave, forçat. He was forced to work, so we call him a galley slave, named Brevet, who is detained for I don't know what, and which they have made guichetier, sorry, it's some kind of a clerk, de chambrée of the barracks. You know, chambré, it's like, yeah, the place where maybe sometimes soldiers live, but here where prisoners live. So he is like a bit the, can we say the clerk or the responsible of the barracks? Because he conducted himself well, he behaved well. Se conduire is to behave. Monsieur le maire, Champmathieu n'est pas plutôt débarqué que voilà. So, Mr. Mayor, this Champmathieu is or has not earlier arrived than. This is a bit of a strange construction. You do not have to use it yourself, but you have to know what it means. It's a bit like as soon as he arrived, and as soon as we can find it in pas plus tôt que, not earlier than. As soon as this Champmathieu arrived, and what happened? That, voila, there you have it. And what do we have? We're going to try to find the next page. Let me see, here we are, 82. That brevet qui s'écrit, then brevet, the other man, he screams out, brevet, he was the, let's say, the clerk of the barracks. So he screams out, eh, mais je connais cet homme-là. Eh, but I know that man. You see again, that man, so we have la at the end, not this man. If it's this man, we would have had si at the end. So I know that man. Don't hesitate. If you have questions, please don't hesitate. I need some more coffee first, sorry. C'est un fagot. Et un fagot, I think you will see here at the end of the page, you see, an ancient galley slave. He's an old galley slave. Força. Regardez-moi donc, bonhomme. Look at me, little man. Vous êtes Jean Valjean. You are Jean Valjean. Jean Valjean. Qui ça, Jean Valjean? So, who Jean Valjean? So this man, well, let me first read the next sentence. So, le Champmathieu joue l'étonné. So this man, Champmathieu, which the other one calls Jean Valjean, he plays the surprised one. So he does as if he's surprised. He says, what? Are you calling me Jean Valjean? And what does Brevet answer? Ne fais donc pas le sinvre, dit Brevet. So do not do, the so is donc, so do not do the fool. Don't play the fool. Don't as if you are a fool. This word, sinvre, you don't have to know. These are old words we don't use a lot nowadays. I've never used that word in my life. But so he says, this Brevet, Mr. Brevet says, well, don't do as if you do not understand it. Don't play the fool. Tu es Jean Valjean. You are Jean Valjean. Tu as été au bagne de Toulon. You have been to the prison of Toulon, Toulon being a city, il y a 20 ans, 20 years ago. And we remember that il y a means there is, there are, but it also means ago. So 20 years ago, nous y étions ensemble. We were there together. And where is the there? It's the little word I, means there. Le Champmathieu nie. So this man, Champmathieu, he denies. Parbleu, vous comprenez. So parbleu, but for God's sake, you understand. So I think now this is Javert speaking. I think so. Because then he says, on approfondit. So profond means deep. So they, what shall we say? They deepen or they explore. They explore the matter. On me fouille cette aventure-là. So fouiller means to delve or to explore, to delve into. They delve into this adventure to me. This is the me, to me. Voici ce qu'on trouve. This is what they have found. So they like explored and delved into this matter. Is it true that Jean Valjean is this Jean Mathieu is Jean Valjean. So then Javert says, well, so they delved into that matter. Ce Jean Mathieu, il y a une trentaine d'années, a été ouvrier et mondeur d'arbres dans plusieurs pays, notamment à Faverolles. So this Jean Mathieu, so il y a, it's again ago, so ago, 30 years ago, but une trentaine means more or less 30. Huh? It doesn't say 30 années, it says une trentaine, more or less 30 years ago, has been workman pruning the pruning of trees. So he has been pruning trees in several countries, but again, probably it means in several areas or several regions. Notamment à Faverolles, notably, and so also at Faverolles. Là, on perd sa trace. There, they lose his track. Longtemps après, on le revoit en Auvergne, puis à Paris, où il dit avoir été charron et avoir eu une fille blanchisseuse. So, a long time after that, we see him back in Auvergne. Ah, Auvergne, that's my area. That's where I have my little chalet and we go on holidays. Then in Paris, where he said, he says to have been charron. Charron is like a cart maker. A cart maker, and having had a daughter blanchisseuse is like a laundress, doing the laundry. Mais cela n'est pas prouvé. But that has not been proven. Enfin, dans ce pays-ci, finally in this country, so all that has not been proven. Or, and or in French explains like a contradiction, or like he means, so at the other hand, avant d'aller au... No, it's not really at the other hand. Or means, you will understand. It's like, well, avant d'aller au bagne pour vol qualifié, qui était Jean Valjean? So, before going to prison for qualified theft, what was Jean Valjean? Émondeur. Émondeur means like a person who's pruning trees. Do you say pruner? I don't think so. It's a person who's cutting trees. Where, donc, où? Where? À Faverolles. At Faverolles. So Javert, he thinks, well, that's quite a lot of coincidences. Huh? This man must be Jean Valjean. Autre fait, another fact. There's also another fact which should prove that this man is Jean Valjean. Ce Valjean s'appelait de son nom de baptême Jean. Et sa mère se nommait de son nom de famille Mathieu. So this Valjean was called by his name of baptism Jean. So his baptized name, or he was baptized Jean. And his mother was named with her family name Mathieu. Quoi de plus naturel que de penser qu'en sortant du bagne, il aura pris le nom de sa mère pour se cacher et se sera fait appeler Jean Mathieu. So all this is the reasoning of Javert. So he says, what more natural than to think that coming out of prison, he will have taken the name of his mother to hide, and ce sera fait, he will have had himself called Jean Mathieu. That's what Javert is thinking. Il va en Auvergne. He goes to, well, this area, Auvergne. De Jean, la prononciation du pays fait Champ. On l'appelle Champ Mathieu. So from Jean, the pronunciation of the country makes it Champ. I say I haven't heard that because my neighbor in Auvergne is called Jean. His name is Jean Rachel. I've never heard that they called, but whatever, maybe in those days they did. So they call him Champmathieu. Notre homme se laisse faire et le voilà transformé en Champmathieu. So our man, and then we have se laisse faire. To let yourself do. But what does that mean? To let yourself do means you're passive, you let yourself be dragged around. So it really means our man, this Champmathieu, he doesn't bother. He stays passive. He doesn't do anything about the name. They call him Champmathieu. Fine. Et le voilà transformé en Champmathieu. And there is transformed in Champmathieu. So Javert, he thinks that he has all the proof to say that this brevet was Jean Valjean. Vous me suivez, n'est-ce pas? You're following me, aren't you? Because Javert is talking now to Mr. Madeleine. You're following my reasoning? On s'informe à Faverolles. So we get information from Faverolles. La famille de Jean Valjean n'y est plus. The family of Jean Valjean is not there anymore. Anymore is ne plus, and there is the little word I. We know that. That family is not there anymore. On ne sait plus où elle est. So we don't know, or they don't know where she is. And why is it she? Because in French, everything is he or she. And family, it's feminine. So you will refer to family by she, hein, elle, la famille. Vous savez, dans ces classes-là, il y a souvent de ces évanouissements d'une famille. Oh my God, it's not very nice. But so he says, you know, in those classes, meaning those social classes, there is often of those évanouissements. Normally it means like faintings, you're fainting, but here I think like disappearing of a family. In those social classes, families disappear. That's what he's saying, really. On cherche, they're trying to search, they're searching. On ne trouve plus rien. They do not find anything anymore. Ne plus rien is not anything anymore. Ces gens-là, quand ce n'est pas de la boue, c'est de la poussière. Horrible. Oh my God. So he says, those people, when it is not, and he says it, he doesn't say they, when it is not mud, it is dust. So he says, those people, not worth anything. They are mud, they are dust. Not nice at all. Et puis, comme le commencement de ces histoires date de 30 ans, il n'y a plus personne à Faverolles qui ait connu Jean Valjean. And then, as the beginning of those stories, that to date, yeah, but it means like goes back to 30 years ago, it's 30 years ago. There is not anybody anymore, plus personne, not anybody anymore. And you know that personne can mean a person, but also nobody. There's nobody anymore in Faverolles who has known Jean Valjean. Yes, this is a subjunctive because you use it with not anybody anymore. Okay, if you have questions, don't hesitate. On s'informe à Toulon. So we take information in Toulon, which was the old prison. Avec Brevet, il n'y a plus que 2 forçats qui aient vu Jean Valjean. So together with Brevet, this guy, this clerk of the barracks, there isn't anymore, but, you see, ne que, meaning there is only 2 prisoners or galley slaves or whatever who have seen Jean Valjean. The others are probably dead or disappeared. Ce sont les condamnés à vie, Cochepaille et Chenildieu. So those are the condamnés à vie. It's like condemned to life, means like life sentenced, 2 people called Cochepaille and Chenildieu. Those 2 people. On les extrait du bagne et on les fait venir. So they extract them or they take them out of prison and they have them come. On les confronte, or they confront them, those two guys, to, and I think to this guy, Jean-Mathieu, Jean Valjean, whatever, but we don't know what the solution will be or what the outcome will be. Are they going to recognize this man as Jean Valjean? We will see that next week. I hope you will be with me next week. And now I'm heading off to breakfast with one of my very, very good friends. So have a wonderful day, you too, if you're off. And if you're not off, work well. I'm thinking of you. Bye.